Good morning, students. Today is 20th April and this is maths lecture for class 12th students. We are going to deliver 11th lecture on topic relations and functions.
Now we know very well how to check a relation as reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So in today's classwork we will discuss on NCERT exercise 1.1 question number 2, 5, 8, 12 and 15. So see question number 2 now.
Okay, so we will discuss question number 2 first. See, in your question it is given that show that the relation R in the set R of real numbers defined as R equals to A comma B such that A less equals than B square is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So we have a relation R A comma B such that A is less equals than B square, and this is relation on real number. So this R for relation on capital R, relation on real number. We have to prove that this relation is on real number, neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Let us consider, we'll write for half comma half. As the real number, we can consider any real number. This is a rational number. So we are trying to check that whether half comma half belongs to relation or not. So for half comma half, we will write A is half here, less equals than B square, as B is half, so its square is 1 upon 4. So half is less than equals to 1 upon 4. We can see very clearly it's a wrong statement. It's wrong implies half comma half not belongs to relation. If it not belongs to relation, what we can conclude here, that R is not reflexive. R is not reflexive. Okay, now we'll consider for 1 comma 2 what will get A less equals than B square. 1 less equals than 4, which is true, implies 1 comma 2 belongs to relation. And when we will reverse this pair for 2 comma 1, so we can see A less equals than B square, 2 less equals than 1, but 2 is greater than 1. 2 less equals than 1, it's wrong. Is it clear? So this implies we can say here 2 comma 1 not belongs to R. So if 1 comma 2 belongs to R and 2 comma 1 not belongs to R, what we can conclude, R is not symmetric. R is not symmetric. Now for transitivity. So see, for transitive, what we can see, we will consider one pair. Suppose I am considering this as 5 by 2 B. So what is 5 upon 2 square? 25 upon 4, and 25 upon 4 is 6 point something. So the first pair I will consider as 5 near to 6. This means that 5 is less equals than 25 upon 4, which is true. Then for 5 by 2 comma, what will consider, what is 5 upon 2? It is 2.5. It is 2.5, and if you will consider 2 here, you will get 5 upon 2 is less than equals to 4. A less equals than B square. So 5 by 2 is 2.5. Obviously 2.5 is less than 4, which is also true. But if you will check, see, A comma B, B comma C, then for transitivity there should be A comma C. So now we will check for 5 comma 2. What will get? A less equals than B square, 5 less equals than 4. But we can see very clearly 5 is greater than 4. So 5 less than equals to 4, it's wrong. This implies 5 comma 2 not belongs to R. In these two you can write 5 comma 5 by 2 belong to R. Here you can write 5 by 2 comma 2. What we can say, it also belongs to R, but first and last not belongs to R, so R is not transitive. R is not transitive. So in this way we have proved that R is not reflexive, R is not symmetric, R is not transitive. You can write finally R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Okay, I hope problem is clear to you. Now see, we will discuss next question, question number 5. So now see, in question number 5 it is given that check whether the relation R in R defined by R equals to A comma B such that A less equals than B cube is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So this time we have to check that whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So let us see, our relation is A comma B such that A less equals than B cube, and again our relation is on R. This time again this relation is on real number. So we will follow same procedure what we have followed in question number 2, same technique. Again we will consider for half comma half. What we can write, A less equals than B cube, half less equals than 1 upon 8, but we can see very clearly half less than 1 upon 8, it's wrong. Okay, so we will write it's wrong. It's wrong. So we can conclude that we can say R is not reflexive. It's the first part. We have checked for reflexive. Again for symmetric you can say, if you will consider 1 comma 2 you should consider, because if you will able to show for any one pair we can say that it's transitive or not transitive. I'm writing here for 1 comma 2, what we can say, 1 less equals than B cube, A less equals than B cube, 1 less than 8, which is true. You will write for 2 comma 1, what we will write, A less equals than B cube, 2 less equals than 1. We can see very clearly that it's a wrong statement. 2 less than 1, it's wrong. Again you can say 1 comma 2 belongs to R, but 2 comma 1 not belongs to R. What we mean by this, R is not symmetric, R is not symmetric. Is it clear to you? Now for transitive, check, what we can say, that we will consider, suppose I am considering B as 3 upon 2, what its cube, because B cube you need to consider, so its cube is 27 upon 8, and 27 upon 8 it is 3 point something. So we will consider this number as 3, close to 3 upon 2 cube. So this should be 3 is less equals than 27 upon 8. So here you will write 3 upon 2, and 3 upon 2 is 1.5. For this we will consider cube root of 2 its place, because cube root of 2 cube is 2 here. So you will write 3 upon 2 is less than equals to B cube, and B cube is cube root 2 cube is 2. 3 upon 2 is 1.5, 1.5 less than 2, it's correct. Okay, so but now we'll check for, you can say here this is correct, first and last, 3 comma cube root 2. What we can say for 3 comma cube root 2, that 3 is less equals than B cube, B is cube root 2, its cube is 2. 3 less than 2 is wrong, so implies 3 comma 3 upon 2 belongs to relation. This implies 3 upon 2 comma 2 belongs to relation, and this implies 3 comma cube root 2 not belongs to relation. So we can see very clearly here that A comma 2 belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R, but A comma C not belongs to R. If you will able to prove for any one pair, we can say that it's not transitive. So this implies R is not transitive. Okay, so we have verified this implies R is neither reflexive, okay, nor symmetric, and nor transitive. R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. I hope problem is clear to you. Now we'll discuss question number 8. Now see question number 8. The question is, so that the relation R in the set A 1 2 3 4 5 given by R equals to A comma B such that mod A minus B is even is an equivalence relation. And then we have many more parts. So at first we will try to prove it as an equivalence relation first. So your set is A equals to 1 1 2 3 4 and 5, and a relation is given here on this set as A comma B such that mod A minus B is even. A comma B such that mod A minus B is even. We have to prove that this relation R on A is an equivalence relation. So now for A equals to B equals to K, suppose we have considered A and B both equal and is equals to K, where K belongs to set A. K belongs to set A. What we will get? K comma K, then A comma B, mod A minus B is even, mod K minus K is equals to 0, which is even. Which is even. This implies K comma K belongs to R for all K belongs to A. Fine. So we can say R is reflexive. R is reflexive. Is that clear? Now what do you write? If mod of A minus B is even, then mod of B minus A, if you will reverse the position, is also even. As we know that mod of X is mod of minus X. It is very clear, the basic property. You can say mod of 2 is equals to mod of minus 2 and both is equals to 2 here. So in the same way, if mod A minus B is even, then mod of B minus A is also even. Is that clear? What we can conclude, that A comma B, if A comma B belongs to R, implies B comma A also belongs to R this time. So if A comma B belongs and then B comma A also belongs, we can say R is symmetric. R is symmetric here. Now for transitivity we will check. Now suppose I am considering if mod A minus B equals to even number, mod B minus C is also even. You can recall for transitivity we need to consider two ordered pair to exist, and then we will check for first and last. So if mod A minus B is even number, indirectly we are considering A comma B belongs to relation. Mod B minus C is even number, we are considering B comma C belongs to relation. Then we have to check that whether A comma C belongs to relation or not. That means we need to check here that whether mod A minus C is even or not. Okay, so let us see. If mod A minus B is even, we can say it implies A minus B is even, implies A minus B is even. You can see if mod of 2 is even, it implies two things, mod of 2 or mod of minus 2. 2 is even or minus 2 is even, because we are considering mod here, so finally you will get 2 here. So A minus B is even, mod B minus C is even number. We may consider one case B minus C is even. Students may have doubt here that we have two cases for mod A minus B, that is either A minus B or minus of A minus B, but no need to consider another cases. Why? Because we have to form A comma B and B comma C things, so that we will check for A comma C. We will consider only that case here. So a minus b is even and b minus c is even. Suppose this is first case, this is second case. If we will add 1 plus 2 implies a minus b plus b minus c. Minus b plus b cancel out. A minus b plus b minus c, which is also even, because even plus even is even. You can write even plus even is even. Basic algebra. Minus b plus b cancel out, so a minus c is even here. So what we can say, that if a comma b belongs to relation and b comma c belongs to relation, then a comma c also belongs to relation. So in this way we prove that if a comma b belongs to R and b comma c belongs to R, then a comma c also belongs to R. So our relation is transitive here. So we can write R is transitive. R is transitive. We have proved that our relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. This implies R is an equivalence relation. R is an equivalent relation, as this relation is reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. So R is an equivalence relation. Now see the second part. You have to show that all the elements of 1, 3, 5 are related to each other, and all the elements of 2, 4 are related to each other, but no element of 1, 3, 5 is related to any element of 2, 4. See, now you will write as odd minus odd is even, even minus even is even, but odd minus even is odd, or even minus odd is odd. So this time we have to prove that mod a minus b is even. So both the elements should be odd odd or even even. If you will consider odd even or even odd, then our result will be odd, which is not applicable in this case. So you can write simply 1, 3, 5 are related to each other. Are related to each other means 1, 3, 5 are related to 1, 3, 5 only, because odd should be related to odd only, and the even one, as you can see here, a is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if you will consider 1, 3, 5, if you will consider 1 is related to odd only, so 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 5. Similarly for 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5 and like this. If you will consider 2, 4, then evens should be related to each other, 2, 2, 2, 4 or 4, 2, 4, 4. So you can write are related to each other, are related to each other, but your last part you can see no element of 1, 3, 5 is related to any element of 2, 4, but 1, 3, 5 cannot be related to, cannot be related to 2, 4. Is that clear? Why? Because the reason we have already listed here, odd minus even is odd, or even minus odd is odd. Okay, the reason is already given here. So it's over for question number 8 now. I hope the problem is clear to you. Now we will discuss question number 12. Now see, in question number 12 it is given that show that the relation R defined in the set A of all triangles as R equals to T1, T2 such that T1 is similar to T2 is an equivalence relation. and then we have some second part. So at first we need to prove that this relation is an equivalence relation. Let us prove it first. So your relation is T1 comma T2, T1 comma T2, and it is given that T1 is similar to T2. T1 is similar to T2. We have to prove that this is an equivalence relation. How will prove? See, any triangle is similar to itself. So when T1 equals to T2 equals to T, that means we are trying to say that if both the triangle is same, we can say a triangle is similar to itself. A triangle is similar to itself. So T comma T belongs to relation. This implies R is reflexive. Now you can see, if T1 comma T2 belongs to R, implies T1 is similar to T2. So if T1 is similar to T2, no doubt we can say T2 is also similar to T1. So implies T2 is also similar to T1, which implies T2 comma T1 also belongs to relation. So if T1 comma T2 belongs to relation and T2 comma T1 belongs to relation, implies R is symmetric. Fine. Again, now we'll check for transitivity. If T1 comma T2 belongs to R and T2 comma T3 belongs to R, this implies T1 is similar to T2, and this implies T2 is similar to T3. So what we need to check? First and last. So you can see very clearly, if T1 is similar to T2, suppose this is T1, it's similar to T2, and T2 is similar to T3. That means T1 is similar to T2, T1 and T2 having same shape. T2 is similar to T3, T2 and T3 having same shape. So obviously T1 and T3 having same shape. This implies T1 is also similar to T3. So we can say that T1 comma T3 also belongs to R. This implies R is transitive. R is transitive. Hence you can say, hence R is an equivalence relation. Hence R is an equivalence relation because it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So R is an equivalence relation. What is second part? C. So in its second part, you can see it is given, consider three right angle triangles, T1 with sides 3, 4, 5, T2 with sides 5, 12, 13 and T3 with sides 6, 8, 10. Which triangles among T1, T2 and T3 are related? So you can see very clearly T1 having sides 3, 4 and 5 and T3 having sides 6, 8 and 10. As in this case, our triangle is similar to another triangle. So you can easily see that for T1 and T3 corresponding sides are proportional. T1 having sides 3, 4 and 5, T2 having sides, you can see here, 5, 12 and 13, and T3 having side 6, 8 and 10. So for T1 and T3, 3 upon 6, 4 upon 8 is equals to 5 upon 10. Okay, half, half, half. So what we can say, their corresponding sides are proportional. Their corresponding sides are proportional. Their corresponding sides are proportional, implies T1, T3 are similar. So T1 is related to T3, T1 is related to T3, and you can see very clearly that apart from T1 and T3, another pair, so for T1 and T2, 3 upon 5 is not equals to 4 upon 12. So T1 and T2 is not similar. Now one more pair we have here, T2 and T3. Similarly, 5 upon 6 is not equals to 12 upon 8. So T2 and T3 is not similar. Only one pair is here, T1 and T3, which are similar. So it is related to T3. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Fine. Now see, we will discuss question number 15. So now see question number 15. It is given that R be the relation in the set 1, 2, 3, 4 and given by R equals to 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, and we have to select the correct answer. So relation is on 1, 2, 3, 4, R on this, and you can see your relation is 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 3, 3, 3 and 3, 2. We have to check for reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So at first check for reflexive. We should have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 4, 4 here. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 4, 4. R is reflexive. Okay, so after proving relation reflexive, now we will check for symmetric. See, we have 1, 2. So search for 2, 1. Where is 2, 1? Oh, 2, 1 is not here. So you can see as 1, 2 belongs to R, but 2, 1 not belongs to R, implies R is not symmetric. Implies R is not symmetric. And earlier we have proved that R is reflexive. Now you can read your choices. R is reflexive and symmetric. Choice A is wrong because R is not symmetric. Go to choice B. R is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Here we have option not symmetric, but we haven't checked till for transitive. So go for choice C. R is symmetric. Again R is not symmetric, but in choice C given R is symmetric. So C is wrong. A is already wrong. C is wrong. C in D. R is an equivalence relation. For equivalence means it says that R is symmetric. So D is wrong because R is not symmetric. So we have rejected 3 of the choices, A, C and D. So only option is B. So B is correct answer. In this way you can check in objective question. Fine. I hope problem is clear to you. If not, then watch video once more. It will be clear to you. Now, okay. Now it's homework time. On NCERT exercise 1.1, you have to solve question number first 5th part, then 3, 4, 6, 7, question number 9, 10, 11, 13, 14 and 16. We will provide source sheet of this in classroom app. Okay, thank you.